Hi, Cornerstone Kids. It's Mrs. Fairbanks. The last time that we were together at the school, we talked about flexible thinking, and that meant that one of our friends might have a different answer than we have to the same question. Just that we all don't think exactly the same because we were all created differently. And so this lesson goes along with that. I have a couple things that I want you guys to do this next week. You can do it with your siblings or a parent, a mom or a dad, whoever is staying with you in your house right now. That would be great. You can use Uno or you can play War Together, some kind of a card game. Go ahead and get that. And what I want you guys to do is that you'll answer the question, and then I also want you to ask your sibling or your parent the same question and see if you guys have the same answer or if you guys can think of different answers for the same question, okay? So like one of the questions is, if everybody in the whole world, if everybody fed the animals, the wild animals, then what would happen? Okay, so your mom might have a different answer to that question than you have, and that's okay. That's part of flexible thinking and being able to understand that people might think differently than we do, and that's all right because we're all created differently. So I have just a couple questions that I will ask you, and then you can shut me off and play the card game and ask each other these questions. Okay, so you might want to write them down so you can do this when you play your card game. And these questions are were written by Ellen Javernick on the Teachers Pay Teachers website, just to kind of give a shout out to her. So the first question is, if everybody fed the animals, then what? Our next question is, if everybody ran with their shopping cart when they were shopping for groceries, then what would happen? The third question, if everybody dropped their food and littered, then what? So nobody threw their stuff away in the trash can. They just decided to litter it all over. Then what would happen? And then our next question, if everybody took a lick of the cake, then what?
They'd all get sick.
If everybody took a bath once a year, then what? What would the world be like if everybody took a bath only once a year? Or what would your house be like with your siblings or your mom and your dad? And then our last one, if everybody called out during a story, when a story was being read by your teacher or your sibling or your friend or Mrs. Barnes at Cornerstone, then what would happen if everybody was shouting out answers at the same time? What would happen? So go ahead and again ask these questions maybe every couple rounds of the card game. Okay, you answer them and then ask your sibling or your mom and your dad the same question and see if you guys have the same answers or different answers. Okay, and your next assignment this next week. So I have two things: that card game, and then also your next one when you meet with your class on Zoom the next time with your teacher once school starts next week after spring break, and you're meeting with your classmates, your friends on Zoom. I want you to think of one joke that you can tell your friends and share with them when you're on Zoom. So write it down beforehand, and that way you'll remember to go ahead and do that, okay, during your Zoom chat. Or you can write down a question to ask a friend, a specific friend in your class during your Zoom meeting, okay, with your teacher in your class next week. Okay, so just those two assignments. I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys. I pray for you guys every morning at 7:30. If you have specific prayer requests, go ahead and send those to me through email, and I will definitely, or the Seesaw app, you can use that too. And I will intentionally pray over those prayer requests as well. So just remember that God is good. He is faithful. He loves us. And think about those questions that you can ask your classmates on Zoom next week. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.